The New York Times today ran this article about debt collection lawsuits and that the number of those lawsuits is rising. The reason for this is probably multifactorial. There are obviously a lot of people that were affected by COVID. That's just kind of catching up to people. And it just takes some time for these creditors to, get this debt through the system and start pursuing it. The other factor that might play into this as well is that people are kind of struggling with the economy right now. Prices are going up, wages aren't necessarily following, and it's just kind of now that things are catching up to people. The last reason that this article kind of speculates as to why the number of debt collection lawsuits is increasing is actually the use of AI by the creditors, using it to sort of automate their filings, put together their complaints, their summonses, run it through the system. That's kind of helping them increase their volume. The article then goes on to talk about, what do you do if you get sued by a debt collector? And these are the kind of things that I try and preach here all the time. You have to engage in the process. They give the story of somebody who was sued by a debt collector for a credit card debt. This was a debt that the person acknowledged that they owed and didn't pay, but they were sued by LVNV Funding, not by the credit card company. So this person shows up to court and tells the judge, hey, I owe this credit card debt, but I don't know who LVNV Funding is. I've never heard of them before. The judge then asks LVNV Funding's attorney, how can you prove that you own this debt? Where's the purchase agreement? Where's the documents that show that you bought this debt from the credit card company? They couldn't produce anything, so the judge postponed the hearing and asked them to come back with proof. The defendant, didn't know what to do at that point, but when LVNV Funding couldn't come up with the proof that they had purchased the debt, they just then voluntarily dismissed the case before the next hearing. So this is exactly what you should be doing. You should be forcing these third-party junk debt buyers to prove that you owe the debt. This is going to be true even if you know that you owe the debt. Make them prove it. Don't just ignore this or say, well, I wasn't really properly served, so I'm not going to do anything, and end up with this in a default judgment. That's not going to help you. That's not going to be good for you. That's just going to make you have to unwind things, could make you have your wages garnished or something like that. So just make sure you're engaging in the process and making sure that they're proving the things that they need to prove. This is obviously something I'm passionate about. I started a company to help people in this situation, so I was really interested to see this article today. And I want to help you as much as I can. So if you need help with your debt collection lawsuit, I want to teach you how to defend yourself. So I've got tons of resources up on debtbrief.com. I can meet with you one-on-one. I can teach you exactly all of the steps that you need to do to take care of these things. So if you need help, head to debtbrief.com and check out the resources that we have there.